Man, man, what's up? What, what the hell's going on up in here, man? I look around. It's getting to be summertime. It's still like 60 in the daytime here, uh, which to me, it's like 40 at night, 60 in the daytime, and I love that. I mean, I do. That's my favorite. If it could just stay like this year round, uh, I'd be a happy guy. Um, Anyway, I've been talking about this might be my last show of the season, and here's what I mean about that. And just so everybody knows, and I don't know how many people are on here yet. Let me see if there's anybody even on. No, nobody here. You know, if I talk about transparency and I talk about all this other stuff on here, you know, uh, in this group, yeah, I'm pretty much preaching to the choir. I mean, if you think about it, everybody here already knows what I'm talking about. And so it's kind of weird, and I only get a few people. And then summertime, in the summertime, everybody's busy, everybody's doing stuff and, got stuff going on. And hold on a minute. Let me turn this noise down. There we go. Everybody's got stuff happening, stuff going on, and they're out there doing things with the kiddies, uh, and I get that, but it's just sometimes I have to hurry home. I rush home to do this thing, and uh, so what I want to start doing more of. I'm glad somebody's here. I don't know who's here. Let me see comments. Howdy, Mara. What up? Talking about you today. I got a couple trucks I want to show you, but you need to come over here. You need to come over here and hang out. Um, anyway, I want to talk about trucks tonight, and oh no, oh yes, come on over, come on down. Uh, so what I want to start doing more of is I've got this handy dandy little camera that I can use, and do remote stuff and stuff like that. And what I want to do is more stuff at the shop, when we're working on trucks and building motors and doing all that kind of stuff. Uh, I want to start doing more of that because if I get on here and I talk about hauling good freight, getting off the low boards, transparency, all that stuff, pretty much everybody in our group already knows that shit. So I'm just preaching to the choir, and everybody gets on here and they go, yeah, 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 we didn't heard all that. So I get it. I mean, I do. And there's only so much new stuff with you guys that I can come up with. But putting trucks together, working on trucks, building them, building motors, building transmissions, that kind of thing. Uh, and that kind of plays into what I wanted to talked about tonight is taking care of your iron, taking care of your truck, and making sure you got the right truck and it's set up right, and you're doing the stuff to it you're supposed to be doing, and getting things fixed. Uh, that would be much more interesting than talking about brokers and freight. Yeah, I get it. Uh, and that's what I want to do. I just want to do more of that, and that's what I'm interested in. That's the kind of stuff we like. Um, uh, so going forward, I'm going to probably start doing that, and I'll go live. I mean, I'll go live on here and talk, about different stuff as I see things come up and stuff going on and stuff that we need to maybe talk about or not that I just like to talk about. But most of us on here, Mara, one, Michelle, Jess, a bunch of you on here. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we just need to take it to another level, and get it to a thing that is a lot more interesting. So, Bella B, whoops, late. Sorry, Frank. That's okay, Bella. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. I've just been sitting here talking to Mara because she was the only one here for a minute. Uh, anyway, that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start doing more stuff around the shop. I'm going to have to get, uh, I'm going to have to not just go live all the time because at the shop, you guys that have been there, as there's no signal there. I mean, I can get from where my laptop sits, I can get on Wi-Fi sometimes, but as far as walking around with the camera, and talking and filming stuff, it's pretty much impossible unless you just happen to hit one spot, and then just stand there. So anyway, I'm going to change up. I'm going to do more stuff up there, more stuff with the trucks we're looking at, and maybe actually help out. What kind of brought me to Bella says, "Hey, Mara, what up, baby?" What brought me to this thing tonight was two things actually. We had a guy. He started calling Ricky, and he had a problem with his truck, and he was losing water, and just couldn't figure out where that water was going. He just knew that it was going somewhere, and he'd fill it up, and then next day it'd be down again. He just couldn't figure it out. And so he talked to Ricky about it for a couple of days, and Ricky said, "Look, you're gonna have to bring the truck in here. I got to see the truck. I can't really tell you anything over the phone. Just got to look at it." So he brought the truck in there, and what it was he was overfilling the water jug. He was filling it all the way to the top and then screwing that cap on real tight. And of course, when you overfill it like that, it'll blow it out. And that's what was happening. He was going way past the full mark all the way to the top because he figured, if it's full here, it's got to be even better if you go all the way up there. So anyway, they told him not to put any water in it, just leave it alone. And he hasn't had any trouble since. None. Zero. So he was overfilling the water. The other call I got was from a guy, and he was out in New Mexico, and he doesn't own the truck, but I know the guy that he drives for him, the truck, and he called me up, and he was having trouble with the motor. He said it was blowing white smoke. That's never good. White smoke is bad. So it says blowing white smoke. Coming out of the stack, it was white. I said, it's like all the time when you first start it up. I mean, when does it do this? No, it don't do it all the time, just once in a while. Well, typically, if you're blowing white smoke out the pipe, that's water. So that means the motor's burning some water somewhere. It's got to have somewhere to go, so eventually it goes out the exhaust. So anyway, I said, well, what kind of motor is it? And he said, man, man, I don't really know. And I said, you don't know what kind of motor is in your truck? No, man. And then he played this hard ass stuff, Man, I get paid to drive this truck. I ain't no mechanic. They pay me to drive the truck. I said, well, okay. I said, but I need to know some stuff if I'm gonna try to help you over the phone. I said, just pull a hood up. Do you know how to do that? Well, I can figure that out. He never had opened the hood. Never had. He never had. Never had opened the hood. Ever. He said, why I got to do that? And I said, I just want you to tell me what color the motor is. And he goes, well, what's that got to do with it? And I said, that'll tell me what kind of motor it is. They're different. They're all different colors. So anyway, I couldn't help him. I called his owner and I said, you got a guy driving your truck that's never had the hood open before. And he doesn't know what kind of motor's in it. He's blowing white smoke, but he don't know why. And I said, he's going to be real mad at me now because I just threw his ass under the bus. But there you go. He's blowing smoke and he don't know why, and he don't even know what kind of motor he's got in the truck. You need to get that truck back and take a look at it. I mean, we used to run out to California and back all the time, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we back in those days, we ran single all the time. I mean, we didn't run teams. We just, once in a while you see some people running team, not very often, but you people running team and doing this, doing that. So once in a while we would be out there, and running. And see, this thing's not even showing up on my page. I'm starting to hate Facebook. And anyway, uh, if you ran into a couple of guys, a couple of girls, or whatever running team, what you would do is you'd get with them, and you'd share drivers. So somebody could get a little sleep, right? So you say, well, you drive my truck for a while and I'll sleep, and then I'll drive your truck for a while and I'll sleep. And we do that. We just three-man the trucks out to California all the time. And I don't know if I'm I would just three-man the trucks out there. And so I was driving for a buddy of mine, Skinner back Jack, one morning. I drove all night, and he's back there asleep, and he was just waking up, and we were coming into Barstow, California, and old truck stop back then. The old Husky truck stop used to be where we'd go in there and get our trucks washed and get some fuel and get going down to L.A. But when I pulled in the parking lot, the driveway, the entrance to the driveway, had a little bump. You just bump. I mean, no big deal. And I went over that bump, and Jack came out of the bunk, and he was mad as hell. He was pissed off. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Pulling in here to get some fuel." "Why?" He said, "Don't bounce my truck around like that." And I said, what are you talking about? "Slow down when you go over them bumps like that in my truck." He said, "You don't drive my truck like that. It's a company truck." He was in a company truck. I said, "Well, first of all, it's a company truck. Secondly, I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. You just don't jerk guys' truck around like it." He was mad. I said, "Well, I'll do you a big favor." I said, "I'll pull up to the fuel line, and then you can drive this son of a bitch for the rest of your life." And that's that. But back then, that's how picky people were. And his thing was, it's not my truck. It's the company's truck. You know, but I've got to take care of it because I got to make my living with this truck. It's the truck I drive to pay my bills and make my paycheck and feed my family. But he was furious. He was mad. He was mad that I bumped his truck into the parking lot. I was supposed to slow down to like zero and just creep around the little entrance to the truck stop. Which some months later, I had another opportunity to throw his ass out of the bunk, so I did it again. But anyway, that's how people used to look at their equipment. That's how people used to think about their equipment. And you go out there, and you're a guy like me or Mara. You go out there and you buy a truck for somebody, and you put them in that truck, and he'd be fucked out here now. Yeah, he'd be lonely. You put somebody in that truck, you can only hope that, yeah, craters on the interstate. You can only hope when you put somebody in that truck that they'll, some of the time, at least some of the time, think about the truck that way. And, like up at Ricky's shop, Ricky's got guys up there that are driving for him that he put in a truck, and he'd set them up to be an owner operator. He gave them a truck, puts them in the truck. He pays for everything. They run. They get a damn good paycheck every week. They're doing really good. But even some of those guys, because they know if something tears up, Ricky will take care of it. He'll send the wrecker to get it. He'll send them another truck. He'll bring it back to the shop. He'll take them to get it. He's rebuilding a motor on a Caterpillar right now. And that guy's, I'm not talking bad about him. He's one of the pickiest people you've ever seen about a truck. And his truck, it's a 2000 model. It looks like it's brand new. I mean, it's sharp. But it's time for a motor overhaul, and they're doing that. But he's got a couple other guys, and they'll break down and just call him and say, "Yeah, I'm over here in Rafine, Virginia, and I'm broke down. It won't start or nothing. What do I do?" You know, and they don't know. They don't know. It's not that they're trying to, put it off on Ricky or hand him slip him a Mickey or whatever. That's really not the case. The plain fact of the matter is they don't know. They don't know. So anyway, you got to take care of stuff. And the best way to do it, and think about this. I mean, think about this. The best way to do it is, would you rather spend $200 or $300 uh, in 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 the uh, in the shop, and would you rather do that, or would you rather get out on the road and spend $2,000 or $3,000 on the road when some guy screws your brains out? What do you prefer? What would you rather do? So anyway, you got to take care of your stuff. You got to take care of the truck. If you don't take care of it, then it's going to let you down. It's going to break. You start all that out. In my opinion, which is, I'm the one doing all the talking, so it's my opinion, right? Unless you guys want to get on here and talk, in which case we can do that. But, in my opinion, it starts out with the kind of truck you buy. You know what? That's weird. The only comments I'm getting, the only people that I'm getting right now are people on YouTube. I'm not getting anybody on Facebook. Nothing. And I'm looking for this show on Facebook, and I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. That's so weird. That's Facebook, man. No wonder nobody goes to my shows. They don't know where it is. I'm going to put a note up here and tell everybody. Hold on a minute. Oh. Hold on. Just give me a second. I'm going to fix this. That'll do it. Hold on, I'm going to do it one more time. Hold on. YouTube. Man, I'm telling you. Facebook. Unless somebody got in there and fucked it up. And if I find out somebody did that, I'll have some ass tomorrow. Real soon. Early in the day. But anyway. Let's see if we can get anybody over there. Oh, we're special. Yeah, we're the only ones. It's just us. So, anyhow, I just went to your page and hit like, yep, I don't see it either. There it is. Well, I just shared it over there. So, is that crazy? That's crazy as shit. Been on here for 20 minutes. And now people are coming in. So, it wasn't there. Because I looked for it while we're sitting here talking. It wasn't there. Anyway, starting out with the right truck is everything in the world, and we're talking about we've been talking about Mara and I've been talking about trucks, and I'm trying to get her liking these Series 60s, which I know she already likes, but they are so much easier to work on. They're so much cheaper to work on. They're so, they're so efficient. I mean, they are. They're just great. The Series 60 Detroits, and whether you like them or whether you don't, and everybody, I know everybody thinks you got to be a hot rod, great big time truck driver. 10 speeds are are practically indestructible. I mean, you really gotta try hard to tear up to tear up a 10 speed. You really got to work at it. So I I like them. You know, if the motor's set right and the motor's got plenty of power and the motor's doing what it's supposed to be doing, then it's a 10 speed's plenty. You don't need more than that. And anything else is just kind of sort of wasting time. It's the link to YouTube. Yeah, it's weird. It's not on there. I don't know what happened. It says it's on there. On this thing, you are live. Hold on a minute. I'll try something. Beep, 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 beep. It says I'm live. Sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not there. Didn't make it on there. Got tapped. So we're just on here tonight. It's just us cool YouTubers. This is Tim. What up, Tim? I can't do a 10. Well, I can. And I'll tell you why. If the motor's set right and the motor's running right and it's doing what it's supposed to do, I don't mind a 10. If I'm on the back roads, which is where I spend a lot of time, I like it back there. I enjoy it back there. I like riding around back there. And I'm going through towns and I'm on 2 lanes and stuff like that. If my motor's set up right and my gears are set up right, I ride around in ninth gear pretty much all day and I can still do 60, 65, just bebop, bebop, bebop along. Detroit's like that, a little bit higher RPM, they like doing that. So get out on the interstate, drop it into 10th gear. It's like a giant overdrive. You just haul ass. So I like them. I like them just fine. If I had to pick my favorite transmission in the whole wide world, it would be it'd be a 13 speed. I like them. I like them a lot. 18 speeds are cool. I spend most of my time in 12th with my 13th. Well, that's smart because 12th gear on a 13 speed is direct. I don't know if you know that or not. That's direct. That gives you the most direct line between the motor, the crankshaft and the motor, going around, 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 coming back into the transmission, going around, 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 going back to the rear end, going around, around, around. 12th gear is direct. That puts everything in your drive line in a perfectly straight line. Less resistance, better fuel mileage, better power, motor will run cooler. It's just the best gear. If you're geared right, that's the best gear. Same with a 10-speed run around in ninth. That's direct. So when you flip it over into 13th gear, that's an overdrive, and the transmission goes from dead center to over here. And now you've got more resistance. You're going to get crummy fuel mileage. Yeah, we had this combo on the phone. But not with all 6 of you. Damn. So anyway, transmission, the right transmission. If you're going to put a driver in a truck, you're going to put somebody in a truck and let them drive the truck, especially if it's somebody that doesn't even know what color the motor is because they've never seen it. Especially on that. Then a 10-speed's hard to beat. It's hard to tear them up. They're almost indestructible. Okay, this show. Now I'm through. I'm gonna start putting everything on YouTube from now on. This son of a bitch isn't even on. It's not even on Facebook, and that's crazy to me. What a piece of shit. Says it is, but it ain't. Maybe I got censored. Maybe I said a bad thing. Let's see what this is. So, anyway. Anyway, that's what I would do. If I was going to put a driver in a truck and set that truck up for a driver, I'd put a 10-speed in it. Because you're just going to spend less money. You're going to get better fuel mileage. You're not going to have a torn up transmission at the end of the day. You're not going to have a torn up, probably, They usually just blank that out. And you notice I haven't been playing music. I haven't been doing that for a long time, and I love doing that. But anyway, whatever it is, I just honestly, God, guys, I just soon shut down Facebook. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of their bullshit, their junk. It's a junky ass piece of shit. But how you like that, Zuckerberg? Fuck you. There you go. Anyway, we're gonna start doing things. We're gonna start doing things this year, this summer, up at the shop more and more and more and more. And I'm gonna do some more filming up there and come back and convert it to a nice little presentation and put it on here so that everybody can, everybody can participate in working on the trucks and getting them together. So we're going to do that. I might even cook some stuff because I like to do that. They spent $200 million on censorship last year. I don't doubt that. But what's to censor with me? I mean, what do I do? You know, I see guys get on there all the time. But the truth of the matter is, I haven't seen a couple of guys all week on Facebook. There's a couple of guys I have not seen that I usually see all the time. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they fired me and Tucker Carlson and that other guy, whatever his name. I don't watch any of them, so I don't know. I don't watch that bullshit on. I don't watch that cable bullshit. I haven't seen that stuff in years. So anyway, what I was going to talk about tonight is trucks. Take good care of your trucks. Did you know that if you increase your tire pressure by 5 pounds, it'll save you fuel money? Did you know that? If you just check your tires. Not to mention the fact that if you catch a flat on a truck, there's 18 tires there, right? If you catch a flat in a parking lot, instead of waiting until you get out on the road, and then it flies apart and tears up your quarter fender and tears up the other tire, and you do $1,000 worth of damage, it's a lot cheaper to get a tire repaired in a truck in a parking lot than it is to get out on the road and blow one and tear up your whole suspension. Or worse yet, and I've seen this happen, get under there and get all hung up in your wiring underneath and pull the wiring harness out of the truck. I've seen that happen. Get under there, tear up the wiring harness, get it caught in the drive line, tear it, and just rip it out of the truck. You know how much a wiring harness is for a big truck? $7,000 minimum. Minimum. That's with no labor. That's just the harness. If you can get it. If you can get it. $7,000. So, anyway, you got to pay attention to your truck. I've been talking to Ricky about just starting up a deal at the shop up there, and we get some of the guys in our group, give them a special deal to come through there and get stuff done on their truck. And our shop is nice. You can ask Mara. She's been there. If Jess was here, I'm fixing to disown her anyway because she don't even come to the show anymore. I mean, she don't care. She don't even care, and some of the rest of them. But just get Ricky and the boys just to look it over, put it on the pit, and go under it and look under there, and make sure everything's okay before you get on the road. Last time Jess was in there, since she's not here, I can rat her out. Last time Jess was in there, she had a busted spring. It was just hanging out of the damn truck. That's not a bad thing. That's a deadly dangerous thing. That can kill you. And hers was hanging out of the truck. So anyway, take good care of your truck and it'll take good care of you. And if you do, you'll be in good shape. And if you don't, it'll cost you money. It'll bite you. You'll get out there on the road and it'll bite you real hard. I'm not going to stay the whole hour. There's only 6 of us here, and I got stuff I need to do anyway tonight, and I got to be at the shop all day tomorrow. If you guys need anything, call me. Starting next week, hopefully we can get this new stuff going and get you some interesting stuff on here. When I get there, you can give mine a once-over. Yeah, we're glad to. We'll just pull it up on the rack and, go from the front to the back and make sure everything's tight. Pulled a guy in there 2 weeks ago. And pulled him in there 2 weeks ago. He had a cracked bell housing. Big crack, okay? He had a cracked bell housing, and his rear seal on his motor was just pouring oil. He didn't even know it. He didn't even know it. Driving down the road with a cracked bell housing and his rear seal just pouring oil. Didn't know it. Didn't know. And that guy's truck is not an old truck. I want to say it's a '08 or '09 model truck, maybe newer, but you got to take care of this stuff, guys. If you want it, if you want them to take care of you, you got to take care of it. I mean, you just got to do it. So, anyway, I'm gonna bounce. I got some stuff I got to do. Oh my God, yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. I mean, he came up with something like, I haven't been making that much money this year, and I really need to keep up with this better. And I go, yeah, you're gonna get killed. This shit'll kill you. It's damn, dude. I look under my truck every day, no leaks, knock on wood. You know something though. If you wake up wherever you wake up, I don't like truck stops, so I find other places to go. But wherever you wake up, get out of the truck and take one lap around the truck. Bump your tires, see if you got hear any air leaks or anything. Look underneath it, see if there's any fluid under there. It only takes, I don't know what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do that. And it can save you thousands and thousands of dollars if that's all you do. But how many times you sit in a truck stop and you see these little dudes come bouncing with their little bag? They got their little bag, and they come bouncing out of the truck stop, and they just jump up on the truck and set their little bag over there, and stick the truck in gear and hit the brake and drive away. They don't care. That's part of the reason I don't even have trucks anymore for my own, because I don't want. I can't keep up with those guys. I can't do it. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. We're not on Facebook. I don't know what happened, but nothing on Facebook. And if you guys need me, most of you got my number. I'm sure you do. Mara, I know you do. If you guys need anything, call me. Call Ricky if you need anything with the truck. We'll take good care of you. We'll get you going. Mara, I got 2 or 3 trucks I want you to look at, and we'll just build your truck, and it'll be a good one. You won't have to worry about it. And, if you guys need me for anything I can help you with, call me up. Take good care of each other. That's what we do. I do have an air leak I haven't been able to find an ABS light on when I tap the brakes. I'll tell you what I do for ABS, but not here. That's what I do. Anyway, take good care of each other. Take good care of each other. Look out for each other. I love you. I'll do anything I can to help you guys whenever I can. If you need me, just holler. We'll be there. Have a great night. Have a great week. Try to make a shit ton of money. Things are loosening up a little bit out there. There's some freight moving around. Okay, Bella. See you next week, Dom. If you need anything, want anything, give me a call. Spend a few minutes taking care of somebody else this week and watch how that comes back to you. All right? You guys have a great night. I mean it.